The dancing shoes of Willowtown in the heart of Willowtown, where cobblestone streets sparkled under the sun and willow trees swayed like gentle giants, lived a girl named Leela. Leela was 6 years old, with curly brown hair that bounced when she ran and eyes that twinkled like stars. She loved to things most in the world, dancing and making her friends smile. Every afternoon, Leela would skip to the town square, where children gathered to play, sing, and share stories. Willowtown was no ordinary place. It was said that long ago, a kind shoemaker named Mr. Twirl had sprinkled magic into the town's shoes. Not every pair, mind you, but a special few that could make your feet dance like the wind or leap like a bunny. The trouble was, nobody knew which shoes were magic or if the story was even true. Most grown-ups called it a silly tale, but Leela believed it with all her heart. One sunny morning, Leela was tying the laces of her favorite red sneakers when she overheard her neighbor, Mrs. Puddle, talking to the baker. The spring festival is tomorrow, Mrs. Puddle sighed. But the children haven't practiced their dance. Oh, what a shame. The festival won't be the same without their twirls and hops. Leela's ears perked up. The Spring Festival was the biggest event in Willowtown, with music, flowers, and a giant picnic under the stars. The children always performed a special dance to welcome spring, but this year, everyone had been too busy playing to practice. Lila's heart sank. She loved dancing at the festival. And so did her friends Benny the baker's son, who was shy but kind, Tilly, who loved animals, and Max, who always told the best jokes. We can't let the festival happen without a dance, Leela declared, clapping her hands. She ran to the town square, where her friends were tossing a ball. Benny, Tilly, Max, we need to make a dance for the festival by tomorrow. Benny shuffled his feet. But I'm not good at dancing. Leela, I always trip. Tilly nodded. And I don't know any dance steps. What if we mess up? Max grinned. I'll dance if I can add a silly wiggle. But even he looked worried. Leela frowned. They needed something special to help them dance and fast. That's when she remembered the legend of the dancing shoes. What if we find Mr. Twirl's magic shoes? She said, her eyes wide. They could help us dance perfectly. Her friends gasped. Do you think they're real? Tilly asked. Only one way to find out. Leela said, let's go to the old shoemaker's shop. The children raced down Willow Lane to a tiny, dusty shop with a crooked sign that read Twirl Shoes. The door creaked as they pushed it open. Inside, shelves were piled high with shoes of every color: blue boots, yellow slippers, green sandals, and even polka-dot sneakers. A silver bell jingled, and out popped a fluffy white cat with emerald eyes. Meow, said the cat, as if to say, what are you doing here? Leela knelt down. Hello, kitty. We're looking for magic dancing shoes. Can you help us? The cat tilted its head, then leaped onto a shelf, knocking down a small wooden box. The box popped open, revealing 4 pairs of shoes. Red sneakers with golden laces, blue slippers with tiny bells, green boots with starry patterns, and yellow sandals that shimmered like sunlight. These must be the ones, Max exclaimed, grabbing the yellow sandals. Benny hesitated. What if they're just regular shoes? Only one way to find out, Leela said, echoing her earlier words. She slipped on the red sneakers. Tilly chose the blue slippers. Benny picked the green boots, and Max kept the yellow sandals. The moment they tied the laces, the shoes began to glow softly, like fireflies in the dusk. Suddenly, Lila's feet started tapping. Tap, tap, tap. Tilly's slippers jingled as she spun in a circle. Benny's boots stomped a steady rhythm, and Max's sandals made him wiggle like a jellyfish. The children giggled and gasped as their feet moved on their own, twirling and hopping in perfect harmony. They're magic, Leela shouted. The shoes are dancing. The cat meowed again, as if to say, told you so. Then it pranced out the door, and the children followed. Dancing all the way to the town square, the shoes led them in a joyful routine spins, leaps, and even Max's silly wiggle. Passers-by stopped to clap, and soon a crowd gathered, cheering as the children danced under the willow trees. But as the sun dipped low, the shoes stopped glowing, the children's feet slowed, and they plopped onto the grass, panting and laughing. "That was amazing," Tilly said. "We're ready for the festival." Benny frowned. "But what if the shoes don't work tomorrow? What if we forget the steps?" Leela thought for a moment. Maybe the shoes aren't just about dancing. Maybe they're about believing we can dance. "Let's practice without them tonight and see what happens." That evening, the children met in Lila's backyard. They took off the magic shoes and tried the dance again, step by step. At first, Benny tripped, Tilly spun too fast, and Max wiggled too much. But Lila clapped a rhythm, and they kept trying. Slowly, they found their flow. Benny's stomps grew confident, Tilly's spins became graceful, and Max's wiggles made everyone laugh. By the time the moon rose, they had a dance all their own, no magic shoes needed. The next day, the spring festival buzzed with excitement. The town square was decorated with flowers, lanterns, and tables piled high with pies and lemonade. The children wore their magic shoes, just in case. But Leela whispered, "We don't need the magic. We've got this." When the music started, the children stepped forward. Leela led with a twirl, Tilly jingled her slippers, Benny stomped proudly, and Max added his wiggle, making the crowd roar with laughter. The dance was a mix of everything. They'd learned spins, hops, and a lot of heart. The shoes glowed faintly, but the children knew the real magic was inside them. As the final note played, the crowd cheered louder than ever. Mrs. Puddle wiped a tear from her eye. That was the best dance Willowtown has ever seen. After the festival, the children returned the shoes to the shop. The white cat was waiting, curled up on a shelf. "Thank you," Leela said, patting its head. "We'll never forget this." As they left, the cat's emerald eyes twinkled, as if it knew something they didn't. Back in the square, the children danced again, not because they had to, but because they wanted to. And from that day on, whenever someone in Willowtown felt too shy or scared to try something new, Leela would tell them the story of the dancing shoes and say, "The magic's not in the shoes, it's in you." And so, Willowtown remained a place where children danced, laughed, and believed in themselves, under the swaying willows and the starry spring sky. The end.